Imagine standing by the river of life, where envy quietly creeps like a shadow, gnawing at the souls of those who let it take root. Envy isn't just an emotion. It's a challenge, a whisper that makes us ask, how do we recognize it? More importantly, how do we, as pursuers of reason and virtue, respond without losing ourselves? Through the Stoic lens, we will explore 11 signs of envy, not to criticize or condemn, but to test our mastery over negative emotions. Each sign is an opportunity to train the mind, to row through the countercurrent of jealousy toward inner freedom. I felt envy in others' glances, in veiled remarks when I achieved what I worked for. At first, I was angry, but then I learned from Marcus Aurelius. Others act according to their nature, not our fault. Envy doesn't define your worth. How you respond shapes who you are. Stoic philosophers teach that we cannot control others' envy, but we can control our minds. Today we'll identify 11 signs of envy, from delight in your failures to obsessive comparisons. To understand how it tests reason and virtue, the goal isn't to judge the envious, but to use these signs as a mirror, reflecting our own steadfastness. This journey will guide you through Stoic lessons, helping you stand firm against the shadow of envy, not with resentment or retaliation, but by rising above with calm and self-mastery. Are you ready to row? Explore these 11 signs and train your mind to become the resilient, quietly charismatic version of yourself. Sign 1. Rejoicing in your failure. Imagine rowing your boat on the river of life, and when your boat falters in failure, someone smiles. The first sign of envy is their joy in your struggles. The envious find comfort in your setbacks as it soothes their own insecurities. When I once failed a major project, a colleague quietly reveled as if my mistake elevated them. But Stoicism teaches us to look deeper. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, wrote, "Others act according to their nature. Don't let it disturb you. They rejoice because they cannot discern good from evil, bound by negative emotions." A Stoic's response is not resentment or retaliation. Instead, we row through the countercurrent of envy, rising above with virtue. Failure is an opportunity to practice patience and reason, not a reason to sink into anger. Focus on what you control, your effort, attitude, and integrity. Their smile reflects their insecurity, not your worth. By upholding your principles, you turn challenges into strength, letting your quiet resilience be the answer. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 2. Imitating without acknowledgement. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, and someone quietly copies how you navigate the waves, never admitting it. The second sign of envy is when others secretly mimic your success, refusing to credit your influence. When I started sharing creative ideas at work, a colleague silently adopted them, never mentioning me. This behavior reveals insecurity. They crave your light, but lack the courage to forge their own path. Seneca, in On the Shortness of Life, wrote, "Life is not short, but we waste too much of it." The envious squander years chasing your shadow instead of exploring their own journey. A Stoic response is to not let envy steer your boat off course. Instead of bitterness, focus on your personal journey, where your worth is defined by effort and virtue, not recognition. Their imitation proves you're on the right path, but don't pause to argue. Stay rational, keep refining yourself, and let your success speak. By living authentically, you transcend envy. turning it into motivation to stay steadfast. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 3. Spreading rumors. Imagine rowing your boat on the river of life, and from the shore, someone hurls lies, muddying the waters of your reputation. The third sign of envy is when others spread rumors to undermine you. They scatter falsehoods, hoping to shake your image, because their insecurity cannot bear the light of your success. When I reached a milestone at work, an acquaintance secretly spread rumors that I didn't deserve it. Those words cut like knives, but Stoicism teaches us how to stand firm. Epictetus, in Enchiridion, advised, if someone speaks ill of you, don't defend yourself, but say, he must not know all my faults, or he'd have said more. A Stoic response is to remain calm, not diving into arguments. Rumors cannot touch your virtue. Only your actions define who you are. Row through the countercurrent of slander, letting integrity speak for itself. Focus on what you control, living uprightly, acting kindly, and staying true to your principles. Their gossip reflects their own troubled soul, not your worth. By maintaining reason, you turn envy into an opportunity to forge composure. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 4. Dismissing your achievements. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, conquering waves to achieve success, yet someone on the shore calls it luck. The fourth sign of envy is when others downplay your achievements, diminishing your efforts to soothe their own insecurities. When I completed a major project after countless late nights, an acquaintance shrugged, "You just got lucky." Those words were like a headwind, but Stoicism teaches us to hold the oars steady. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A Stoic response is to not let dismissal shake you. Your success doesn't need their applause. It's defined by the sweat, discipline, and virtue you invested. Value your own efforts, focusing on what you control. Perseverance and integrity. Their belittling reflects their insecurity, not your worth. With reason, you row through the countercurrent of envy, letting your journey speak for itself. Your achievements are an inner flame no one can extinguish. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 5. Avoiding or distancing themselves from you. Imagine rowing your boat on the river of life, advancing with new successes, but someone quietly slips away from the shore, unwilling to witness your progress. The fifth sign of envy is when others avoid or distance themselves from you, unable to bear your growth. Their insecurity drives them to retreat, as if the light of your journey exposes the shadows within them. When I achieved a major goal, a once close friend grew distant, rarely reaching out. This behavior stung, but Stoicism teaches us to see clearly. Seneca, in Letters to Lucilius, wrote, "Associate with those who make you better, and welcome those you can uplift." A Stoic response is to accept the impermanence of relationships. Not everyone is ready to join your growth, and that doesn't diminish your worth. Instead of sorrow, row through the countercurrent of envy, focusing on positive people who inspire and share your joy. Seek companions who elevate you, who strive for virtue alongside you. Their distance is an opportunity to curate relationships, building a circle of mutual support. By staying rational, you turn envy into motivation to grow. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 6. Covert competition. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, pursuing your own goals, but someone silently turns every moment into a secret race. The sixth sign of envy is when others covertly compete, measuring your success against theirs without your knowledge. Their insecurity transforms your life into a yardstick, as if their worth exists only in surpassing you. When I earned a promotion, a colleague began boasting about new projects as if to prove they were better. This behavior reveals inner turmoil, but Stoicism teaches us to hold the oars steady. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, wrote, "Don't waste time thinking about others unless for the common good. Focus only on improving yourself." A Stoic response is to avoid pointless races. The only competition worth pursuing is with yourself, becoming better each day through discipline and virtue. Row through the countercurrent of envy, ignoring comparisons, and center on your inner journey. Their insecurity doesn't define your path, only your effort and reason do. By maintaining clarity, you turn envy into an opportunity to forge self-mastery. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 7. Sabotaging your efforts. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, nearing your destination, but someone deliberately places obstacles, rocking your journey. The seventh sign of envy is when others sabotage your efforts, obstructing opportunities or sowing doubt to weaken your resolve. Their insecurity drives them to pull you down, as your success exposes their shortcomings. When I prepared to present a new idea, a colleague spread doubts about my ability, shaking my confidence. But Stoicism teaches us to turn obstacles into strength. Epictetus in Discourses wrote, "Difficulties are what show who you are." A Stoic response is to avoid reacting with anger. Instead, row through the countercurrent of envy, viewing obstacles as exercises in building resilience. Each hindrance is a chance to forge reason, patience, and virtue. Focus on what you control, your preparation, attitude, and upright actions. Their sabotage reflects their own troubled soul, not your worth. By staying calm, you transform envy into motivation to rise higher. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 8. Denying your values and principles. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, holding fast to your principles like a lighthouse guiding your way. But someone mocks your beliefs to elevate themselves. The eighth sign of envy is when others deny your values and principles, sneering to mask their insecurity. They aim to shake your foundation, as your steadfastness exposes their shortcomings. When I chose to live honestly and reject shortcuts, an acquaintance scoffed, "You're too serious. Nobody lives like that." Those words were like a countercurrent, but Stoicism teaches us to stand firm. Seneca, in Letters to Lucilius, wrote, "What is good is not always popular, and what is popular is not always good." A Stoic response is to remain steadfast in your principles, undeterred by mockery. Your values, honesty, integrity, are your inner compass, needing no one's approval. Row through the countercurrent of envy, letting virtue guide you. Their sarcasm reflects the turmoil in their soul, not the strength of your beliefs. By maintaining reason, you turn envy into an opportunity to reinforce your resolve. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 9. Excessive or crocodile tears. Imagine rowing your boat on the river of life, and someone waves from the shore, beaming with a smile. But their flattery hides a shadow. The ninth sign of envy is when others mask their jealousy with excessive friendliness or crocodile tears. They use grandiose praise to disguise insecurity, hoping to catch you off guard. When I completed a successful project, an acquaintance showered me with compliments, but their eyes and actions felt cold, lacking sincerity. This behavior is like an undercurrent, but Stoicism teaches us to see through appearances. Epictetus, in Enchiridion, wrote, "It is not words but actions that reveal a person's character." A Stoic response is to stay discerning, distinguishing between sincerity and pretense. Don't let flattery sway you. Observe actions, not just words. The envious may smile, but their insecurity shows through inconsistency. Row through the countercurrent of envy, focusing on what you control, your integrity and reason. Crocodile tears reflect their troubled soul, not your worth. By staying clear-headed, you turn envy into an opportunity to sharpen your discernment. Let's explore the next sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 10. Undermining your relationships. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, accompanied by cherished companions. But someone secretly sows seeds of doubt to divide you. The 10th sign of envy is when others deliberately undermine your relationships, aiming to isolate you and weaken the strength of your connections. Their insecurity fuels jealousy of your valued bonds. When I built a deep friendship, an acquaintance spread slander, causing my friend to question my sincerity. Those words were like a whirlpool, but Stoicism teaches us to hold the oars steady. Seneca, in On the Happy Life, wrote, "Those who envy others will never find peace." A Stoic response is to disregard slander, focusing on strengthening genuine relationships. True bonds, built on trust and virtue, cannot be broken by toxic words. Row through the countercurrent of envy, investing in those you cherish, listening, sharing, and acting kindly. Their seeds of doubt reflect the turmoil in their soul, not your worth. By staying rational, you turn envy into an opportunity to deepen meaningful connections. Let's explore the final sign to understand envy deeper and how to overcome it. Sign 11. Comparing their life to yours. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, forging your own path, but someone on the shore obsessively measures their journey against yours. The 11th sign of envy is when others relentlessly compare their lives to your successes, blind to their own potential. Their insecurity traps them in a cycle of comparison, missing chances to grow. When I reached a career milestone, an acquaintance constantly lamented what they lacked, as if my achievements dimmed their light. But Stoicism teaches us to see beyond comparison. Epictetus, in Enchiridion, wrote, "Wealth is not having much, but wanting little." A Stoic response is to focus on inner growth, unswayed by the race of comparison. Your worth lies in discipline, virtue, and personal progress, not in outshining others. Row through the countercurrent of envy, ignoring measuring glances, and nurture your mind. Their obsession reflects the turmoil in their heart, not your journey. By staying rational, you turn envy into an opportunity to live more authentically. Let's move to the conclusion to tie these lessons together and transcend envy. Each sign, a Stoic test. Envy, from smirks at your failures to obsessive comparisons, is not an obstacle, but an opportunity to forge virtue. It challenges your self-mastery, reason, and resolve. When I faced slander from an envious person, I realized envy doesn't define me. My response shapes who I am. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, wrote, "The obstacle is the way. What blocks your path leads you forward." The 11 signs of envy, from rumors and sabotage to crocodile tears, are mirrors, reflecting not them, but the resilience you choose. Overcoming envy requires no arguments or resentment. Instead, row through the countercurrent, letting reason guide and virtue lift you. Focus on what you control, living uprightly, acting kindly, and growing inwardly. Their envy is a lesson, guiding you to inner freedom where no slander can shake you. By turning challenges into strength, you become a lighthouse, shining through envy's darkness. Let's move to the final call to action. To live stoically. Picture yourself rowing on the river of life, navigating the waves of envy with reason and virtue. The true battle lies within your mind, where you forge a life of purpose and courage. Stoic philosophy, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, teaches us envy doesn't define you, but your response shapes who you are. Take action today. Spend 5 minutes reflecting on a sign of envy you faced, and choose to respond with integrity, kindness, or patience to rise above. Each small step is a stroke of the oar, guiding you to inner freedom. Don't stop here. Let Stoicism lead, turning challenges into strength. Join the journey with Stoic Core 365. Subscribe to the channel for more lessons on self-mastery and growth. Share your story in the comments to inspire the community. Live with purpose, act with courage, and let your inner light shine, undimmed by envy's shadow. Start now.